Okay, you guys. So why did nobody tell me that I have such a shitty mic? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I'm just kidding. Nobody watches my stuff anyway. So, yeah, 9 hours until I can stream. So it's gonna be another video because I'm gonna be just late at my stuff. Okay, so Game Jam started, and here's the theme. Uh, and I was right as I don't know who. Okay, I was totally right. It's related to mental health awareness and stuff like this, and uh, this quirky little guy called Morgan and stuff. Okay, so I can work with that. I can work with that, right? I was actually quite accurate on the theme guess, right? It was well, I mean, it was obvious, but yeah. Okay, so now I can start. Okay, let's put a timer or something. So I know when the hour ends, it's gonna be clock 1 hour, right? Just 1 hour timer, right? Okay, let's start that. And here we go. We have game jam stuff, which I'm gonna do again as a sole developer because my time zones are all over the place. I live not the best country. I don't speak properly, even though I try. You know, my language is completely just YouTube brain rot and stuff like this. So yeah, my speech abilities are quite poor. So sorry about that. Well, I'm just gonna wait until it loads. How satisfied are you? I'm pretty satisfied. Thank you for that. Okay. Once again, I have my fidget spinner, which is gonna be great. Um, what else can I say? What else can I say? Well, that actually gives me ideas because now I don't have that much, you know, that much concerns about the theme. The theme is great, okay? Like I can work with that. Like that's a great theme. Now I need to actually think about what I'm gonna do with my game, and I'm gonna obviously explain it. It's very, like I'm going to be very vocal about this because obviously, I'm tracking my progress each day. That's the thing that I set myself for. Nobody has to do this. I just decided that I'm going to do this and share my whole progress, process of making this stuff in real time. So yeah. Okay. So once again, I'm going to read this out loud. So I will be 100% sure that I get it right. Morgan will be your main or POV character for your game. The setting and any character traits are not explicitly listed here. For example, age, gender, identity, career, etc. Uh, it's completely up to you. You can use any numbers of these traits when designing your game. Uh, you don't need to include all of them to get max points per theme. Okay, so it's not necessary to use all of them, right? Time moves strangely for Morgan. Hours can feel like minutes, and deadlines appear suddenly. Okay, I can work with that. You know, I don't know much about time. I can kind of how do you say this? Intertwine this, right? Uh, into the gameplay at some point. Okay. So what I was thinking about is making a silent level game. Where levels aren't exactly displayed to you, like they're not exactly distributed as like the first level, the second level, the third level, right? It's not. It should be hmm, how do you say this? Like uh, more based on intuition, right? The player can, look at the screen and realize, oh, this is a new level, right? This is like I'm entering a new stage, right? Uh, Without explicitly telling them this is level one, this is level two. I want this game to be really intuitive, because I feel like this whole theme is about like being in your mind all the time, like being intuitive with things, like just you know just letting the wind take you, right? Essentially, letting the waves take you. Okay, so Morgan has a collection of half-finished projects that each felt like the most important thing in the world when they started. Morgan's mind connects things in ways others don't always follow, seeing patterns between seemingly unrelated ideas, jumping from topic to topic through invisible bridges of association, and arriving at conclusions, paths that makes perfect sense to Morgan but require explanation for everyone else. Okay, so here I thought, what if Morgan, our character that we are gonna play, right? Since I'm making this kind of point clicky game, which in fact will not be so point and clicky, at some point there's gonna be a character which can arrive at the scene. Okay, first you're just gonna learn the controls, like find objects here, there, and at some point you're gonna find a main character, right? The Morgan. Now I can call him Morgan. Okay, and this Morgan guy, you can find him, you can click on him to lead him somewhere, right? Through the darkness. It's very obvious that, like, you can't follow, you can't lead him anywhere if you don't know where you lead him, because it can lead to unexpected results, right? He could fall into the pit or something like this. I'm just casual things. So you have to firstly make sure that the whole environment changes, and you have to, kind of realize what are the patterns that this, for example, room or level inhibits, so you can maneuver through the level, gracefully, right? This is what I've been thinking about. So, like you can choose to lead the character by clicking on him and, moving mouse around so he follows. And you can also unclick him and just go to the, lighting mode. So like can show all the light, right? Essentially, to lead him through things. And I can easily interact with other human beings. For example, I can click, click on other people. Like I can click on this guy, and he's gonna, like talk. Then I'm gonna click on Morgan. He's gonna talk, or maybe there will be, like choose your path kind of thing. Who knows? Okay, so this is the general vibe. I'm gonna paint this really quick so I don't forget it. Okay, so essentially, I don't even need to paint this. I think essentially what I need is this, right? Like, let me showcase this. Where is the light? Okay, so this whole part, like the first part, I'm just gonna think very thoroughly what I need, how I need it, and the next day I'm gonna write the script probably. And from there, like this whole week, I'm gonna spend actually making sure that I understand this project thoroughly, right? So I, don't have any loose ends, like what I want to do here, what I want to do here. So there's no sudden expansions along the way, right? That can lead me, God knows where. Okay, so I have a concrete and direct approach to this project. Okay, so once I've done enough talking, let's kind of see, because uh, you know it's gonna be hard with the lights, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just up the intensity. I think not the intensity. I mean, oh, maybe yeah, maybe the intensity plus the outer region, right? So yeah, I can see things more clearly. Okay, it's gonna be like this. It's pretty obvious. Uh, okay, I'm gonna catch that. Okay, I'm gonna place this into here. It's probably gonna be like something like a cursor or something like this. You know what? Actually, screw all of that. I'm gonna create a circle that will follow me. And from the previous video, if you saw this, nobody saw this. I know that from the previous video, I made a cursor follower, and whatever it is gonna follow, right? Circle. Oh, why did I do that? Okay, we're gonna do it the faster way. Okay, sprites, circle. There we go, and a cursor follower. Okay, now we have a cursor follower. Let's put him at 0, so we know where our cursor is. Okay, let's make it much smaller, so I don't have any problems with that. Okay, so it's a smaller, tiny cursor. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, it's primarily gonna be black and white, like black and white thinking. Probably something like this. I don't give a shit. Yeah, of course I give a shit. I'm just, I'm just not native, so I'm saying the first things that come to my mind. Okay, so we have this cursor thing, right? Okay, I'm gonna just take a screenshot here. Let's place it into the paint, right? It's gonna be cursor here. It's gonna be cursor there. Okay. So yeah, you kind of move through the motions. Okay, let's draw an arrow, something like this. You can move, follow through, and stuff like this. So yeah, so I don't forget it. So this is gonna be what? This is gonna be the first the light. Hmm. Uh. How, light navigation, right? Light navigation. Uh. Player has to navigate through dark. Using his cursor, which is a source of light. At some point, player will find Morgan, which is some kind of guy, okay? Morgan. Morgan is a playable character main, much like the other people he will encounter. Will he? Okay. What else? The player can go through, can choose to lead the character, but he has to be careful not to lead him into unexpected you know dangerous zones, right? I'm gonna call it dangerous zones. Okay, use the light to observe the surroundings, which can change along the motion. The surroundings change along the motion, on the character's motion. Morgan can help you identify patterns. Question mark. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so this is a game mechanic, right? Uh, the whole game shtick is going to be, obviously, uh, game mechanics. Point and click, story mode, uh, like storytelling, telling through completing the, the levels. Previously mentioned the idea of silent levels, which are silent levels. So there is no UI. Okay, I'm gonna just use that so I don't forget it later. Uh, Minimal UI, right? Minimal UI. Intuition, and minimal UI, intuition, and what else? What else? What else? Probably that's it for now, but I'm gonna add something later. What else? Cursor following um, objects and follow the cursor on click. I think that's it for now. Um, PCs can follow the cursor on click. What else? What else? What else? Okay, so there's obviously an overarching theme of darkness and lightness, right? So let's read it again. How does that correlate? Morgan will be your main or POV character for your game. The setting and any character traits not explicitly listed here they're completely up to you. You can use any number of these traits when designing your game. You don't need to include all of them to get max points per theme. Oh, so it means that. Okay, so I have to use all of this. I have to use all of this. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm probably just overthinking. Yeah. Time moves strangely for Morgan. Hours can feel like minutes, and deadlines appear suddenly. Okay, how am I going to address this? Hmm. Time moves strangely for Morgan. I can work with that. Time moves strangely for Morgan. Okay, I can use, some kind of a level, right? I can show different sides of Morgan, right? Through the game. I can show him working, I can show his, home life, okay? It can be, for example, one level is gonna be like his house, which he's gonna navigate through, right? To find where he's at. Okay? So it's gonna be complete darkness, right? He has to navigate through this. Okay. For example, going for a walk, interacting with human beings, working, going back home. You can actually do like a full day of Morgan. Okay, he wakes up, he does this, he gets dressed up, he cleans himself. Obviously, he goes for a walk. Uh, Goes to the work, right? Interacts with humans. Uh, Comes back home, sleep, repeat, right? You can do that. You can do a whole day, which is going to be, just levels of Morgan, and it's going to have some story time. So this is not going to be just an average Joe day. Okay, it's going to be a different day. Okay, you can uh fastly show his casual day and show the day that changed his life, right? For example, right? There has to be a change, right? The story always has to have some pivotal moment, okay, which is gonna divert the story in a completely new direction for the character, which makes him change a little bit. So maybe someone can when he's around people, he can see better, right? There's more light, and someone teaches him to, you know, be more enlightened, see more things, and not in black and white perspective, but also like in full colors and stuff like this, which could be great. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm gonna, obviously, not sure how I'm gonna implement all of this, but this is an interesting thought. Okay, so for now, this idea sticks with me. Let's go with that. I like this idea. Okay, I'm gonna save this. It's gonna be page one. Okay, let's make a new page. Create new. Okay. The second page is gonna be, obviously Morgan, and I'm gonna draw him. Oh, jeez. Need my mouse for that, which is just double clicks as still. Okay, which I don't like. Okay, this Morgan guy. Okay, I can make this work. I can make this work. I think I can make this work. Okay, how much time is this game gonna be? Probably 15 minutes is more than enough for this game. I feel like it's gonna be more than enough. Like 15 to 20 minutes, just a short story mode, like story about this Morgan guy. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of games which are like that. I don't look at other games. I don't look at my own game. I don't think about what other people are going to think, right? Okay, so there's the Morgan guy. He has a spider on his head. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, who Morgan is, right? What he lives for. Okay, we have a Morgan guy. Okay. Morgan. Time moves strangely for Morgan. Okay, let's just copy and paste now. Jesus, double clicking mouse. I hate it. Okay, so this is Morgan, right? This is Morgan. But what is also my side of the Morgan, right? What I bring to the table. You specify what my Morgan is going to be like. My Morgan will differ, obviously. Okay, time moves strangely for Morgan. Hours can feel like minutes and deadlines appear suddenly. Well, let's think about that. You know, Obviously it's about, like time moves strangely. What does that mean? Right? It's so abstract that you can define multiple, it's purposefully like that. So I can define, whatever the hell I want to define it as. In my theme, if it's all black and white, I think time just moves slowly because, he's in a constant, oh, somebody's calling me. Sorry. Hold on. Uh, okay, hold on for a second. I have to do something private. to do something private. Okay, I'm gonna just keep talking. Yeah, but I have to do something private real quick. I'm gonna have to take this, and I'm gonna do that. So yeah, what I'm thinking is Morgan is gonna feel like the time is so slow because he's in a constant loop of some sort, right? He's like in a constant, like he feels like he can't escape, right? And everything is so far because he finds no meaning in it, and therefore he just watches the world go by. And while everyone is fast, like I can make, like even I can make a scene. Okay, do people hear me? Yeah, I can even make a scene where a lot of the people just move at a fast pace, and he's just like crawling, you know, actually like a blind person walking through this life. Okay, he can't see shit. Like he can't get this mind straight. I also can make Morgan, like make compulsive movements against your will. You're leading him onto one way, but suddenly he decided, maybe I go a little bit left. Okay, so it's kind of hard. So you have to kind of manage him in that way, which is pretty good on its own. Okay, yeah. Um, Jesus, you're gonna see this. Just hold on for a minute. I have to make a little bit of the just text a little bit. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Let me find this. Oh, Jesus. I'm not even in the right social media for this. Okay. There it is. Yep, 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 yep. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it, bro. I need to work. Jesus. It's always at times like this, someone interrupts you. Yeah. Just have to say thank you and move forward. Okay. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. Jesus. Like people, oh my God, I hate this. Yeah, it's what you gotta do. Okay. No, 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 no. What did I do? What did I do? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yo, guys, you'll have to wait a little longer. I think I fucked up. Oh my God. What did I do? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, it's gonna be 5 minutes. I don't know why OBS doesn't allow you to stop. Jesus. To pause. It only allows you to stop. Like, it's so annoying. Why can't I just stop the recording and continue when I want to? Well, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna Okay, I'm back finally. Yeah, I can get this over with. I don't need that. Okay, I am back. Okay, I moved strangely from Morgan. Okay, so my interpretation is going to be, every one thing moves fast. I move ridiculously slow. Way slow, right? Um, tasks feel like a dread. Uh, I feel stuck. Obviously, I feel stuck. I have to. It feels like I have to work harder than everyone else just to feel normal. I feel as if I have good potential, great potential, but I fall short on delivering the promises, on promises. Fall short with delivering on promises. Okay. Morgan has a collection of half-finished projects. Okay, this is that. I feel like the most important thing. Morgan Morgan's mind connects things in ways others don't always follow. Seeing patterns between seemingly unrelated ideas, jumping from topic to topic through invisible bridges of association and arriving at conclusions through paths that makes perfect sense for Morgan, but require explanation for everyone else. Okay, so I can do this two ways. When interacting with other playable, quote unquote, playable characters, um, that can talk to him and you can choose whatever, and Morgan can choose for you. But also, I can do this, this whole silent conversation between the player, right, who plays my game, and the Morgan, who just acts on his own, just doesn't listen, just behaves his way, right? Which is great too. This is like his troubles, right? Now his benefits, or right, I don't know, like cons, pros. Um, okay, so how can I do this? Uh, so I feel like this is a power ability, right? Morgan's mind connects things in ways others don't always follow. Like it's a double-edged sword. It's clearly stated as his superpower, right? But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. People don't get it. It's hard to communicate with him, right? Because he's always stuck in his mind, right? And I also have to make this game not look depressive because obviously, like the first, oh, this is about depression. I don't feel like this game is going to be about depression. This game, I feel like, is going to be about about a guy who just struggles, right? Who's kind of blind, Feeling blind and feeling depressed is completely different. At least I feel like that's the thing, like feeling blind in life, feeling like you're not getting something, you are underachieving, you are, like feeling stuck, dreading, it means a fight. Obviously, like it means a person still fights, but like in depression, it sort of feels like you gave up, right? You have already accepted this idea that I gave up on life and stuff like this. whenever I try, I just like it bites me. So like I just give up. I just give up until like bad things happen. So I think Morgan is going to be more optimistic than this depressive state of mind. Okay, he's going to have a conflicting state of mind. Okay, I see things not as clear as others. Okay, I'm way too much in my own head. Like I am this, I am that. Oh my God, what is going on? Like, okay, I have those things. I try to mm, try to achieve, but I fall short on uh easy tasks and stuff like this. Like I always act ridiculously in some situations, where there's supposed to be normal input. I give over normal input and things go just sophisticated, right? So his pros is that he is a great thinker, right? It's pretty obvious. Is a great thinker, has great ideas, can help the player. In his own head, explains himself like a short book, right? Like a huge book. You can easily get what he is trying to say, and the player being his, his, mind, like his body, trying to move him forward. We are kind of like a body, right, of some sort. Um, Morgan is a great thinker, has great ideas, can help the player. In his own mind, explains himself like a huge book. You can easily get what he's trying to say. Okay, it feels like that's what it feels like. It feels as if there's some kind of barrier between him and the rest of the world. He feels like he lives in this sort of unbreakable bubble, right? I cannot break this fucking bubble, like in I don't know, in Gravity Falls, right? So this is good. This is good. Okay, from a game's standpoint, there's gonna be a tutorial, right? Okay, let's stop right there. I think it's more than enough. Morgan. I think we're done with Morgan. Oh, I think we're not done. I need to find his motivation too. Like, what's his motivation? It's gonna be like motivation. I feel like um, what motivates him every day? Do you think? Um, his like motivation to push each day is that he has hope, right? I have hope that someday things are going to get better. I'm going to feel better, even though it's hard. Mm, just that. I have hope, right? He has hope, okay? Even though he tries. He tries, right? Uh, that may conflict with players' intentions of leading him somewhere. But when you find the communication, the right communication path, things will go great. Okay, so like I think the whole overarching theme for my game is going to be like finding ways to communicate with this Morgan guy. Okay, how the players going to interact with him, understand him, and like they both can, Morgan is also going to move his way, and they both can, kind of move forward, right? I feel as if it's going to be what it's going to be. Okay, he has his own mind, right? Even though I'm the player, I'm supposed to lead him. Sometimes he just, I'm gonna go other way. Well, it happens. It's like in our lives when when you're trying to do something, you decided, oh, I'm gonna make this habit of like reading each day, and someday you were gonna read this book, but your brain like at the first minute is like, nah, let's watch something or something like this, right? Like you wanted to do that, but the Morgan just went other way. This fucking guy. Because he felt like it, because he thought like it, like So yeah, I think that's it with Morgan. He kind of resembles your subconscious, right? Thoughts and feelings. Okay, so Morgan is well understood. Now to the game's actual way of doing things. This is going to be a long run because obviously I have to break it down. Okay, so we're going to have a tutorial, right? There's going to be firstly a tutorial, which is going to consist of learn how to navigate through darkness using light. Learn how to uh, interact with objects to get results, right? Okay, the second one is gonna be um, second one is finding Morgan, right? Once Morgan is found at some state of the game, you can click on him to lead him somewhere. He will probably say where he needs to go, what he needs to do in the current moment. And I'm gonna make this little aisle, right? And I'm gonna say plus help. You can unclick to use the guiding light to navigate. Okay, this is plus you can use the guiding light. Unclick Morgan to use the guiding light to show to observe the surroundings. Find patterns that environment habits at each state of movement. Okay? At each state of movement. Okay, what else is there? Probably orange now. Okay. Okay, let's let it be red. Then black. Morgan can and will resist some of your decisions if he won't feel like it. And the green one. As a player, find ways to progress forward with Morgan. Okay, this is the second stuff. Now the third stuff is probably going to be the some pivoting point. It's going to be a huge one, right? Okay, pivot point. Pivoting point. As Morgan navigates through his day-to-day life, something along the planned routine goes wrong. It may be a character he will meet along the way, or okay, is there something about love? Probably not, right? It could be love, right? It could be love. It could be friendships or something like this. Maybe a character he will meet along the way that changes his perception of himself. That day, he will decide to act different than before. There should be a roadblock that he meets each day of his life. That damn roadblock he can't go past, no matter what he does. Meeting that character will make him make a change. Okay, and the aftermath, okay? Now the aftermath. Aftermath is gonna be something along the lines of, like, maybe he will get some colors in, he will see better, he will see things more clearly, roadblocks, he will just swing along like a fucking baseball, like with a baseball bat, like he just won't care, right? He'll do it the best way. Okay, the aftermath. Morgan courage to find finds courage to make a breakthrough. in his life. Whatever that was in the way is no longer there. And now there's a brand new world full of possibilities. And Morgan finds courage to make a breakthrough in his life. Whatever that was in the way is no longer there, and now there is a brand new world full of possibilities and untried paths, right? I don't know if that's the word. Untried paths. Let it be just that. Okay? He befriends the character. They fall in love. Have sexy time. Okay, maybe that. Who knows? Okay. Okay, let's get it more clearly. Let's look at it and try to find holes in this whole story. Okay? Let's make a line. Okay. Tutorial: learn how to navigate through darkness using light. Learn how to interact with objects to get results. Okay, who is the player? Right? The player is probably, I'm not sure. Is it the conscious? Is it the subconscious? Right? Like, what is it? Like, the player is some part of the mind of the character, like some side of this guy, right? Whatever it is, some side of this guy, and whatever he does, he does it, right? Then Morgan awakens, right? If the character awakens, that probably means that I'm subconscious, right? So the player, I'm gonna just write it down. Player equals subconscious. So probably, yeah, subconscious leads to all the right ways, but the conscious just breaks him like I don't know who, because he overthinks things. That could be the thing. Subconscious wants to tell I love you, but the conscious says no, we're not gonna do that. Okay. Uh, okay, finding Morgan. So this is the conscious mind of Morgan, right? Conscious. Let it be the conscious. Okay? Once Morgan is found, you can click on him to lead him somewhere. He will probably say where he needs to go, what he needs to do in the current moment. You can unclick Morgan to use the guiding light to observe the surroundings, find patterns that the environment inhabits at each state of movement. I don't know how movement's going to go. Is it going to be smooth or, square by square movement, like a turn-based game? I don't know. Morgan can and will resist some of your decisions if he won't feel like it. He won't feel like it because that's the conscious mind. He's able to make his own decisions and disregard me as a subconscious thing. You know, uh, as a player, find ways to progress forward with Morgan. As a subconscious, find some. Even though that's the work of the conscious mind, right? It's supposed to find like I don't give a shit. Okay, let it be like that. You know, that's what I feel like that's good enough. Okay. Okay, moving forward, the pivoting point. Okay, so we go through like some challenges, like making his bed, going to the shower, putting his clothes on, stuff like this. Maybe there will be a close up where I need to find the clothes. I trying to wear this clothes, he just throws them off. Like, no, I don't need this. No, I don't need that. Oh, I'm gonna wear those fucking socks with the fucking with the fucking hole in them because I feel like it, right? And you can't do shit. Well, you gotta find a way, kind of find a way to convince them to dress properly, to do this, to do that. Okay, now let's go. Yeah, he goes through the day. Oh, it's gonna be the same dull day. The people move faster than me. The cars move like at light speed and stuff like this. He does all of that, and there's some roadblock, right? There's some obstacle along the way that he just can move towards. The first thought that always comes to mind is like, someone he loves, finds attractive, is afraid to, like say hello to and stuff like this. And there should be some situation, there should be some uh, derivement from the original path, right? Where he moves in completely opposite direction. Maybe not for his will, but like that's the stuff that happened, right? Maybe you can turn him into this situation somehow, right? If he's slow enough or he is fast enough, something like this. Like this is the hardest thing that I have to make sure. Okay? No. So we'll probably start in a room, right? In the room of this fucking guy. In the room of Morgan. We're gonna find the bed with the Morgan guy. I'm gonna click on him. He's gonna wake up. I'm gonna like yawn and stuff. Scrabbling through his day, trying to, like eating fast food, whatever this guy's doing. Okay, I'm gonna lead him. I'm gonna lead him to all the today. I'm gonna lead him to all the right directions, even though he doesn't want to. With enough persistence, maybe like he throws the clothes on. I mean off of himself, even though I put him on it. He'll be like, no, 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 and maybe like, well, okay, I'm gonna wear this. You know what? I'm gonna wear this. With enough persistence, you can force Morgan to do the things he needs to do. With enough persistence. If not, that's over. You can lead. So yeah, probably gonna be multi-path endings. Yeah, now that I think about it, it may be too big of a game, so it has to be shorter. If I want to make different paths, it has to be shorter. So yeah, it's probably gonna be just three sections, which is house, the the outside, and the wood, right? Okay. The work. The work. How am I gonna do this? There's probably someone that has to work, right? Finds work boring. But there's this one obstacle, or maybe one thing that bothers him a lot, and he just can't do anything about it. I think it's some girl, right? I'm thinking some girl or some guy. I don't know. They can, like he likes but can't do anything, can't come up to her and stuff like this. And then I find the courage to come up, and then he's like, "Oh, gloomy and down." But then he talks to her, and he's like shining light and stuff like this, and he's all good to go. Or it could be, like comedy stuff where she just says "ew" to him, walks away, and he's like, "Yo, all women are this, all women are that." It could be funny, okay? Well, obviously, I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, that's funny. Yeah, let's think about that. What could be the roadblock that he meets each day of his life? Or there could be a roadblock and, this other person that he meets, right? Probably girl, like working stuff, environment, and finding, like a girl and stuff like this is the easiest way to do this. I feel like, you know, yeah. that requires thinking. That requires thinking. Okay, so I have a roadblock. What is the roadblock? Like, uh, what problems along the way? Is it the vision itself that he has to navigate through blindness and stuff like this? Or maybe, like he interacts with someone and like he can't see what they're talking about, right? The light could be, like, you could just, for example, she's far enough that, you can't see what she's talking about. And you have to like, shit, I forgot. What was she talking about? Like, shit, I was way too much in my own mind. And I'm like, shit, wait, what are you talking about? Or, just close up on the Morgan. And once she's done talking, I'm like, what, wait, what? Wait, I thought, well, I mean, what? Oh. And yeah, it's, it's just like, him. Um, Maybe a character he'll meet along the way that changes his perception of himself. That day he will decide to act different than before. Maybe for example, he goes through a crosswalk, I'm thinking, and he goes not on a straight line, but like in a different line, right? Then straight, because, there was this one day that he remembers that, he was walking in a straight line and, I don't know, something happened. And now he's just avoiding that, like just whatever. I'm too scared. There's some guy standing there, right? All the time. And like, I have to move through him. He always stands there, right? Nobody sees him. Everyone walks past him, but I have to avoid him, right? This guy. Oh, this is a good thing. Yeah, he avoids him. And when the pivoting point has happened, the guy is no longer there. Yeah, it could be good. He can walk just straight. He doesn't care about him. The guy's no longer there. Um, what else? What else? When he, like he's at the, uh, at the workplace, right? He needs to place his card to enter. Like he always forget where did I put it? Where did I put it? I don't know. Like, is it there? Oh shit! I'm sorry. Everyone's coughing. I'm like, time feels so slow. And he's like, oh, I can't do this. Why is this happening to me? Where's my shit? Why don't I remember? Where's my shit? Stuff like this also could be the case. And what changes is, the next time he's like, it's always there. I know exactly where it is. It's like shining through. I can totally know where it's at. Okay, there. There you go. Let's go. Uh, if someone looks at him, you know, the wrong way, he's gonna be like, shit, maybe I did something wrong. But after the pivoting point, he's gonna be like, oh, fuck you. Something along those lines. Could be good. Well, that's enough thinking for today. Okay, can I follow through? Can I actually start making something? Probably yes. Probably yes. Oh, it's only been an hour, even less because I've been 10 minutes away. So we can start doing. Okay, so let's start with the tutorial. I feel like let's start with the tutorial, and probably I'm going to, you know, yeah, references are all in my mind, but I can. It's gonna be simplistic, right? Everything that I'm gonna do is gonna be simplistic, and I know exactly how it's gonna be. So maybe I'm doing this wrong, but who cares, right? I'm gonna find a way. So what needs to be done? The circle needs to go away, and text maker, right? Let's go with the text maker. And I need to save this, by the way. Plan, game plan, right? Save it. So now we have the game plan, and with that in mind, I'm ready to go, okay? About the text. How the text is going to fit in. Well, I'm thinking, hmm, let's go through this. I have to think again very thoroughly about this. Hold on a second. Okay, firstly, let's make a different script because that's the thing that I can do right now. It's going to be text activator. Text activator, right? And text activator is going to do what exactly? Text activator